Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1762. Is it Monday? Oh my gosh. I started the day thinking it was Monday. I got to work. When I got on the chat this afternoon, we have an area that we can chat to each other with. And so I got on there and welcomed them to a beautiful, super fantastic, sparkling, magical Monday and got told it's actually terrific Tuesday. That's one thing that I always hate about long weekends is that it knocks me off track. Do you get knocked off track by long weekends as well and go to work and thinking on a Tuesday thinking it's a Monday? Yeah. I was like, what can I do to help myself remember that it's a Tuesday, not a Monday? And I should remember this because I have T-Mobile and they have these specials that come out on Tuesdays, and I get messages about the Tuesday deals that they have. They have, and it could be discounts at food places, discounts on different things, on travel, all sorts of discounts that they have on their app. And they have deals there and they have Tuesday only deals. And I get text messages about these deals. And hang on, my eye just went really, really blurry. Oh, that feels better. Nope, there it went again. Sorry, my eye when I blinked, it just went blurry. And so they send me these text messages. So I was getting these text messages today going, yep, no, that deal doesn't work for me. Nope, that one doesn't work. Oh, that one might. So I got those text messages, but to me, I'm sort of like, well, hang on, why are they sending me text messages on a Monday? So there was that. Then, of course, I get into work and I go, it's a magical Monday. And they're like, no, it's terrific Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, crap. But I had these messages coming up saying it's Tuesday and everything else, but I still kept thinking it was Monday. And so one of the ways that I normally work around this is I have specific things that I do on Mondays. And I have different things that I do on, I have my daily routines, but then there's tweaks that are made based on the day of the week. On Mondays, I have a certain thing I do. Tuesdays, I have a different thing that I do. And so it is, and I even looked in my planner, and my planner told me it was Tuesday. But for some reason, my brain wasn't comprehending it was Tuesday. So anybody else have this trouble? I know I do. So I have to adjust my routines to know that yesterday was Monday and today is Tuesday. So, but once I got corrected, I was fine with that. It was, even though I was mentally correcting myself because of I'm getting text messages that I normally get on a Tuesday. So I was getting those. My imperfect food delivery came today because it's Tuesday. Although what really did screw me up is that we normally get trash pickup on Mondays, but if Monday's a holiday, it gets picked up on Tuesday. So that kind of screwed me up a little bit. But, I had my stuff out there to return to Imperfect Foods when they delivered my box. And so that comes on Tuesdays. So I had that happen this morning. I had all this regular Tuesday stuff happening. And then when I get into work, it's Monday. And I'm like, yeah. So, then there's certain things that I do on a Tuesday. And I did those certain things that I do on a Tuesday. But for some reason, when I got into work, it was Monday. I'm like, how can you break this routine? And it's sort of like, when I sit down and do my planning, I normally do my planning on a Monday morning. It's part of my Monday routine. But of course, now it's Tuesday. And I did do my planning yesterday. I did come into the office. I didn't spend any time on the computer yesterday. It was exceptional in my life. It was awesome. But I did come into the office and I sat down here with my paper planner. I didn't even turn my computer on. I sat here with my phone and my paper planner, and I had my phone on the calendar and my paper planner because I love my paper planner. I'm a pen and paper girl. And I updated my calendar to make sure everything was in sync and that I was good for what I needed to do this week. All the tasks I need to get done this week for clients, for myself, for business, that sort of thing, have all been put into the calendar, being the final week of the month. There's month end stuff that I need to be doing, invoicing I need to get prepared and that sort of thing. There were emails that had come in over the weekend that I needed to be responding to, that I would need to be responding to on Tuesday. So I had time set aside to go and respond to those emails that I knew would be there. I didn't even go and look at them. Yesterday, I unplugged as much as I could. And the only time I was on the computer yesterday was to, it's goopy stuff. Was to do my live. I didn't look at email or anything. And then, of course, I had this book. Oh my gosh, that book was awesome. So I follow an author called Jana De Leon, and she has the Misfortune series, which I talked about on my podcast yesterday. And I was reading Baskets and Beignets, which is book number 27 in the Misfortune Mystery series. And I was super excited. Now, normally I wait till the audio comes out, but I'm in her Facebook group. So I know now when the ebook and / printed version comes out. And because the last one, book 26, there was a long gap between when book 25 came out and book 26 came out, because the author had this really bad accident and so wasn't able to work or write or anything else. And so we had to wait for her to recover to then finish writing book number 26 and releasing it. So when it came out, it's sort of like, now I know the audio's about, I think it takes like about 2 months to get that recorded. The audio is 2 months away. Can I wait 2 months? I don't even think it was 2 months. Might have been 6 to 8 weeks. I think it is around 2 months. Can I wait for the 2 months for the audio to come out? Because all of the other collections, the other first 25 books I have on Audible. I have them all. I have all the audio versions and love listening to them because I love the narrator that they use, because she is awesome. And she turns these actions, the way she narrates the action scenes and the comedy scenes and the character voices are just really, really cool. She's a really cool narrator. And so it's like, do I wait? Well, I've already waited this long to find out what happens, because unfortunately at the end of book 25, she did something she had never done before. She left us with a cliffhanger. Dang it. And so it was like, well, I do have that cliffhanger. And so I went and got the ebook and I read it. And I read it twice. And then the Audible came out, and I listened to that last week. and I finished listening to that last week. And then book 27 came out. It was either Monday, I think it was Tuesday last week. And so I said, right, I've got a week that is slammed. I'm putting this aside and I put it in the Facebook group. I'm putting this aside till the weekend. I'm putting Sunday aside so I can just sit down and just read this book. That's my plan. Well, I ended up starting it on Sunday because I ended up changing my schedule and everything else. I finished it this morning at 12:52 a.m. Oh my gosh, I was determined to finish that book this weekend. And so at 12:52 a.m., I posted on Facebook telling the group that I've put a picture there of the cover on the I had it up. I have written it on the iPad. Had the picture of the cover there. Took a picture of it. Posted on the Facebook group at 12:52 a.m. It's 12:52 a.m. Pacific time, and I have just finished reading this book, and then put that the author had knocked it out of the park. I didn't put any spoilers, and this is what's really cool is that in this group, she actually has a spoiler group set up. So if you want to talk about the book and the storyline and everything else, you go into that group and you can do all the spoilers you want in there. In her main group, she has a thing on there that you can't talk about anything in the books. So no spoilers had to be put into the group until a month after the audio comes out. So the printed version and the ebook version comes out. Then 2 months later, the Audible comes out. So basically for the first 4 months that the book is out for the printed version and 1 month for the Audible book, you're not allowed to talk about the book. You're not allowed to say, oh, I really like that scene with blah, 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 blah. No, because now you're putting spoilers in there. Or I really liked this, that, and the other thing. And I just put in there that I finished the book. It was a great read, that she knocked out of the ballpark, and just put thank you. And that's all I said. I wasn't going to mention any scenes in there, mention any characters, nothing. It was just that I enjoyed the book. It was a fabulous read, loved it, and that was basically it. And every time I read one of her books, I go, man, this is better than the last one. So every time I have read one of her books, it's been, oh, man, that was so good. That was better than the last book. I don't know how this author does it, but she has, for the past, in fact, she did share with those in the Facebook group, she did share a spreadsheet that she does and in the spreadsheet, she's got the characters in there. She's got each book written in there. She's got all the character development, the different challenges they come up with. She's got everything's recorded on this massive spreadsheet that she actually shared with us so we could see how she has developed the characters over the series. We couldn't see anything coming up. We could only see from the books that had been released. And I thought, that is really cool. And of course, I was on my phone at the time, and I'm like, oh, I've got to remember to go back. And I still haven't gone back and done that. But I just wanted to see how her character development went and how she plotted out the books plotted out the books with these characters and what the role was going to be in this particular one, what things they were going to get up to, that sort of stuff. Because, I've got all these different book ideas, and I'm always looking for hints and tips from other authors on how to develop characters. I read their books, and I will sit down and actually analyze their books. Like some of them I will sit down, and if it's in paper format, it sits here on the desk next to me, especially if it's a series. Because there was one, and I started this because there was one series that I read, and I can't remember the name of the series right now, a few years ago. And they kept putting dates in there, and I'm like, this is not matching up. So then I started doing a spreadsheet, and this is how I first started dissecting novels. So I went into the spreadsheet, put the characters in there, put the information that, everything that they mentioned about the character. Did they mention, did they give a description of the character? What was the description that they gave? What was their height? What was their weight? What was their body type? What was their hair color, their eye color? How old were they in that book, in that particular book? When, and because it was a book series, if you introduced a new character, when did this, how far after the previous book did this one start? So I was trying to follow the logical thinking. And at one point they mentioned a date, and I'm like, okay. And they actually put there like a Friday, August, whatever it was. I don't remember the date, but I do remember it was on a Friday and it was in August. I'm like, okay, so I need a calendar that has that date with Friday, that particular date as a Friday. So I went and found the calendar, and then they were mentioning other dates or weeks from that and telling us what month they were now in. And I'm like, this is not working. Their date timeline thing they were putting weeks and months, and then they were putting actual dates in there. I'm like, this is, or just even months. And I'm like, this is not working. It is not adding up. So maybe there was some overlaps in the books. So I was looking, is there overlaps in the books? Nope. This one started X number of weeks because they mentioned the first book and the second book, and tell you, and somehow work in there that it's like 2 to 3 weeks after the last one, or a month after the last one, or whatever it is. So I start tracking this information on some series that I like. And I haven't done it yet with this one because I've only ever had the audiobooks. Now I have 2 ebooks and 26 audiobooks. And there are things that I like to do, like if I happen to have both the Audible and the printed version or the electronic version, I will listen as I read. I will put the Audible on and I will follow along in the book. For some reason, that helps me. Well, probably because I can understand it, sight and hearing going at the same time, and I've got the touchy-feely of the book. And I'm taking notes. So I'm taking notes on following the series, and for some reason, it just becomes very clear to me, and I can pull out certain information. And there are some really cool quotes that come out of these books, just like the little one-line zingers that the characters may say, or a little zinger about what they did. Yes, one of the characters is known for her glitter bombs. Yeah, you read that right. Glitter bombs. There was I think it was it book 25 or book 24? Fortune is out the back of the suspect's house. The person they think did whatever it was, or they're keeping an eye on this person, and they're out the back, and there is a bear. I'm not sure if it was a grizzly or a brown bear involved. Plus the 3 and Gertie's handbag, and you do not want to know what's in Gertie's handbag, but there was a glitter bomb in there that went off, and they all got covered in glitter. The bear got covered in glitter. It was a very hilarious scene. I can't remember which book that was. It was either 24 or 25, somewhere around there. And I thought, glitter bombs? Oh man, those things would be messy trying to clean those things up and, and getting it out of your hair. And of course, they go through the whole description of trying to get this glitter out of the hair and all of this sort of stuff so that Fortune's boyfriend, who happens to be the deputy sheriff, oh man, I got goopy stuff going on today. They could say it wasn't us, except for the fact that he could find glitter in his girlfriend's hair. So that kind of gave it away a little bit, but she just maintained her innocence despite the evidence. And it's just some of the really cool stories that come out are just hilarious. And some of the characters that you get to meet. And what's really interesting is that every now and again in the Facebook group is that people will turn around and go, oh, that when they mention this character or that character, this is who I picture. And they're putting pictures in there of actors and actresses and saying, this is who I picture. And people will agree and disagree with them. They all have their own, this is what I think they look like. And I'm sort of like, yeah, I could see that person playing that character, but this one would be better. I don't mention that in the group. I'm just like, oh, good choice, good choice. I just praise everybody's choices. And I'm like thinking, if they did turn this into like a series, movies, miniseries, TV shows, or whatever, who would I want to play these characters? Which actors have I seen on screen that would have the talent to pull these characters off, including all of the escapades that they get up to? It's actually quite funny. So anyway, I don't know how I got onto that, but at 12:52 this morning, I finished the book. I put a post in the group that I really enjoyed the book and put nothing else about the book. I didn't pull out my favorite scene like some people have done or anything like that. I was just total non-spoiler. I was just like, this was a great read. You knocked it out of the park. Thank you. That was it. Done. I wasn't getting into any of that stuff of being accused of being a spoiler or anything else. If I want to do the spoiler stuff, I'll go join the spoiler group. But there is a reason I haven't joined the spoiler group, because I want to read the books. When I read the books, I want it to be the first time I'm hearing about the different escapades that these people get up to. And they're absolutely hilarious, their escapades. I tell you, if you got Gertie on the scene, there's actually a saying that Gertie, and Gertie is known for, she's just a free spirit. She's like in her 70s, but acts like she's in her late teens, early 20s. Her fashion style is something to be, yeah. You don't want to know what she carries in her handbag. You do not want to know what she carries in her bra. Some of the things that she has pulled out of her handbag or her bra are just like, how the hell did you get that in there? But yes, always be afraid of Gertie's handbag. Yes. That has been the center of many interesting incidences. And when Gertie's, if it's a Gertie moment, it means that Gertie, in all of her sweet, wonderful, beautiful innocence, has somehow screwed up. And we call it a Gertie moment. In fact, I saw in the merchandise store, they actually had like a mug that has on it that I Gertied, or something like that on there. And anybody who's read the books knows what that meant. It means that you screwed up somehow. But it was all in innocence. It wasn't done purposefully. It was done in the innocence of helping others. Yes. But anyway, enough about that series. So back to trying to figure out if it's Monday or Tuesday. What techniques do you yourself have that that you're able to switch your mind from the fact that this is the first day of work for the week, but it's actually Tuesday, not Monday. So yesterday I did do my planning for the week. I did not turn the computer on at the time, just worked with my phone and my planner, and made sure that what was in my calendar, my electronic calendar, was also in my planner, and then worked out what tasks I have to do for clients this week, when I'm going to do them, when they're going to be completed by. And then, of course, getting all my invoicing ready, because it's coming up to end of month, so I've got a few invoices to send out. And that sort of stuff. So, I don't know what captured her attention, but suddenly she just ran into the window, and she's sitting there at the window looking out. And she's just tall enough that her nose touches the edge of the windowsill, but her eyes can see just out of the bottom of the window. It's really cute. She's so cute. I love my girl. Hey, Zeffy girl. What's out there? Oh, you guys wanted to see my... Yeah. So I talked about this yesterday. This is my hat. This is my patriotic hat. Isn't that cool? It's all done with these studs. Isn't that cool? And that's what I was wearing yesterday. I got a lot of compliments on this hat yesterday. And yes, it looks like it's worn and torn, all that. That's how it comes. It comes already broken in, worn. Like it's got this wear and tear on there, which is purposefully done. So the bill's already shaped in the right shape and everything else. It looks like it's, a hat that you've worn a lot. But it's sparkles. See? Oh, there's sparkles on there. I know. I love my hat. My hat's a good hat. So, so this is my when you Memorial Day, 4th of July, Veterans Day, whatever, you will see me out blinging this hat. Yes, absolutely. So with that, I'm out of here. But let us know what techniques you have to make sure that you know that it's actually a Tuesday is your first day back at work instead of a Monday. Maybe for some people, Tuesday is your Monday because you may have Sunday, Monday off, and your first day of the week is Tuesday, and you go Tuesday through Saturday, and then have Sunday, Mondays off. So maybe Tuesday is your Monday, but you know that because that's part of your weekly routine. When you have a long weekend, when you haven't had one for a while, and you come back and you go back to work and go, is it Monday or is it Tuesday today? Yeah. So you have your Tuesday routine. I have routines for every day of the week. I have the basic routines, and then I have certain things that I do on certain days of the week. And yesterday I did my Monday planning because Monday I sit down, what's coming up this week? What do I need to know about for this week? What do I have to do for clients this week? And it goes into my planner. It goes on my calendar. So it gets all scheduled in there. So I know that it's there and I've got the reminders going off and everything else. So I did all that yesterday, which was my Monday routine. Of course, my first day back at work. Yeah. And I was fine this morning, but as soon as I get on this afternoon on the help chat, I was like, hey, it's super fantastic, sparkling, magical Monday. And the reply was, no, it's actually a super fantastic, sparkling, terrific Tuesday. It's sort of like, I'm done. But anyway, go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and, just have fun. Make life is too short. Just have fun. There's a lot I could go on about, and it's just popped into my head, and I got a dog I got to take for a walk, and it's like 101 degrees outside, which is about, for my metric people, what is it outside right now? 38 degrees Celsius right now. And for all my American friends who do imperial, 38 degrees Celsius is 101 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little warm outside. Yes, that was our high today. Oh, no, that's air quality. I thought I had rain there for a second. I was like, wait, what? We got rain? No, we have no rain on the schedule for this week. Oh, we have a 1% chance on Thursday and Friday. But that's it. We are now officially into, I'm looking ahead for the next 14 days, I think it is. The lowest temperature we're going to get during the day is 100. So we're in triple digits for the daily high. Our overnight lows go as low as 70 or as high as 78 is our overnight lows. Yeah, it's getting a little warm. It's hard going for a walk right now because it's you're in the 70s for the walk, and we've been doing the last few months where it's been in the 40, over the winter months it was in the 30s and 40s, which I absolutely loved. Then it started warming up into the 50s and 60s, which I totally love that as well. Now we're into the 70s. I'm like, I want to go back to the 50s and 60s. I like the 50s and 60s when we go for a walk. It's nice. It's cool. And you get out there and you take those deep breaths, and you can feel that cold, fresh air going into your lungs. And you hold it there, and then you just let it out. And I love those walks in the morning and that. But now it's in the 70s. I'm sort of like, those deep breaths don't quite have the same. And then we've had air quality. And of course, now we're into the season where we have air quality issues as well. So I'm already looking forward to when the temperature starts dropping and around October. But anyway, I'm out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. E konera.